Episode 23.
We're back 7 days after we did our last one.
It's a miracle. We've
Check us out.
fully committed to 9:30 on a Saturday, even though it's actually 10:15.
Yeah, we spoke at 9:30 though, so you know.
Yeah.
Same day.
Coach time.
Coach time, exactly.
What coffee have you got, lad?
I have got a tropical coconut infusion.
Wow.
It's supposed to be a cold coffee from Nespresso, but you can have it warm, the woman said. So I did, and it's nice. I don't really like cold coffee.
Tell me more about that tropical infusion. Does it taste like fruity? Or does it still taste like coffee?
It tastes like coffee, but it's just got like a little coke. I don't normally like really sweet overpower. You know, like if you go to like Costa or something and you get like the syrups, even the sugar-free ones, I just think it ruins it. It just tastes like sugar. Even the sugar-free ones, they're just too sweet for me.
Yeah.
But you know, if you make like a coffee, like I'm lactose intolerant, so if I make it with almond milk or I make it with coconut milk, it's just got a little twang to it. It's like that, like it's a black coffee, but it's just got a little hint of coconut, and it's almost like a fruity coffee.
Lovely.
Yeah, nice. It's no, it's not. On the point of coffee, before I reel off for another half an hour, I bought a coffee from District 12 because that's a coffee by ours. They use neighborhood coffee beans.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, grind it there on the spot. I was like, yeah, gives one of those, put coconut milk in it, give me a latte, fantastic. Come back, was like, gonna save this for the podcast. Walked in the door, let the dog out the crate, spilled the full cup of coffee on the floor.
Oh, fucking gutted.
I was gutted. I was so excited for it, but hey ho. What have you got? Coffee? Talk to me.
I'm back on hot lava Java. I haven't been in Man for a while. I've been staying in Angels for a good while and just was basically fearful that I had no coffee in the house. I'm back in Man today, and I was just rooting through the cupboard and found some hot lava Java in the back, and was
Nice, that, isn't it?
buzzing. You actually got me onto it. You said that hot lava Java, try that. It's nice. It's chocolatey. It's nice. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like tastes a bit ashy, like charcoaly.
Lovely.
Lovely.
It was a bit overpowering for me at first because I was new to the whole make your own coffee at home game when I first tried it. But I've been back to it since, and it's a lot nicer now that I've acquired a taste for coffee.
Yeah, it's fucking class, lad. It's class. You just reminded me the neighborhood coffee. I've been neglectful of my coffee, my love for coffee. I don't think I've used me actual grinder since lockdown last year because I remember one day I was busy and I just decided, right, I haven't got time to grind coffee today, and then since then I haven't done it. Even though actually I've found the time, but it's just in my head now. I can save time by using this.
Yeah.
Now I use it every day, but I need to get back on the neighborhood because it's literally just fucking life-changing coffee, innit?
Coffee.
So an update on where I'm at. I'm 2 days out from a car, but as anyone watching can see my emaciated face. Anyone who follows me on Instagram will have seen my emaciated body trying to do a front double bicep, and you can see me ribs, and I just look like death. That's how I feel. So if I'm very slow on today's podcast, or I need a couple of seconds to get my thoughts together,
I have to carry this podcast. It's because Isaac's not got much food in him at the minute. So just bear with him. Cut him a bit of slack. He's in a dark place right now.
Yeah.
2 days after, he'll be back right as rain.
I'm proud that I'm even here.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you, lad. I look better than when I've had some food.
Yeah, looking better then. Today's episode.
We actually don't really. I don't think we have a direct thing which we want to speak about, but there's a load of shit that I think we want to speak about, and we both got sort of opposing viewpoints that we're gonna go across. So, me going through the course over the last 8 weeks, I sent an email out about this. I I'm sure I've done a post about this on Instagram, and I spoke about this to everyone on the cut, on the weekly live. So last night was the final weekly live that I did, and I spoke about this in quite a lot of depth to them. But I've fallen in love with self progression. That's not a word. I'm already fucked, lad. What's the word? Self improvement. That's it. I've fallen in love with progression every single day. When when you are in a dieting phase, the progress comes very, very quickly. Especially when you're used to being. I've been in a gaining phase for nearly like just over the year, really, or about a year, and the progress is very slow. So when you start dieting, you're seeing the scales come down, you're seeing yourself get leaner every single day, and the progression is coming all the time. It becomes almost addictive, and I'll speak about this in a little bit more depth in a minute. But I have become obsessed with not the end goal and achieving the end goal of becoming leaner and whatever, but actually chasing the progression on the day and falling in love with what Jack hates, the process.
process. Now, I flipped that on its head, done an email talking about the complete opposite of that. I agree with you. And I, too, love just getting better. It's not about the end goal for me. The end goal is that you die.
That's not the goal, like, is it?
That's the goal, but I mean, that is the end outcome. No matter what you do,
the destination.
That's the end destination. You could murder yourself into the ground every single day in a job you hate because it pays well.
Yeah.
And you die anyway.
Yeah. You die anyway.
Murder yourself in the gym. Like I could have murdered myself on this 8 weeks, got myself in really good shape.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, just being like, right, time to put the weight back on.
Yeah.
So I done an email about hating the phrase, you've got to fall in love with the process.
Yeah.
From the standpoint of, if you're not doing something that you truly want, and this goes back to our last podcast, that if it doesn't align with your values and what you actually want from life, doesn't matter how hard you try, you're not going to fall in love with that process.
Yeah.
You love what you do. I love what I do. And so we can fall in love with the process. Every day I wake up and you wake up and it's another chance for us to go, right, how can I be better today? How can I do this better? How can I help someone more? And I can fall in love with the process of that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you said to me, right, well, you've got to run a 10K in 6 weeks, fall in love with the process of running, it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
No matter, like, there's nothing you can do that's going to make me love that. I can mentally push myself through it and take myself there because I know I'm mentally tough enough to do it. I'm not going to love it.
Yeah.
So I hate the phrase, you've got to fall in love with the process.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not getting results because you haven't fell in love with the process. Well, no, I would argue that you're not getting the results because you're not aligned with your values.
Yeah.
And you could get the same result physically if you aligned with your values better, if that makes sense. You get that? So like, if someone's trying to get abs and they're in their head saying, right, well, I need to diet because I need abs. I need to eat less for abs. I need to go and do cardio for abs. And they don't truly want abs. They want to be fitter and healthier and stronger and faster. They're not aligned with their values.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, for me, so like that's what happened with me on the cut. Whereas now, I'm more aligned with my values when it comes to what I want from my personal fitness and training.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've sort of caned bodybuilding and put it to bed.
Yeah.
I'm doing cardio every single day, like tough, challenging cardio. And I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am loving it. Like, yesterday's session, I added in 10 sets of 10 trap bar deadlifts into a superset, so it become a tricep.
That's disgusting.
And wanted to, and actively was like, yeah, this is going to be dead hard. I'm going to love this.
Mm-hmm.
because the end goal was no longer, right, let's do this to get lean. It was, I'm going to be fucking so much stronger after this. I'm going to be so much faster and fitter after this.
Yeah.
And I guarantee if I carry on doing this for another 8 weeks and push as hard as I am and eat right and feel myself, I'll have more abs than I've got now.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly. I've actually just been looking, because I remember I actually wrote a post, or it was either a post or the email ages ago, and I was just trying to find it then when you were speaking. I wasn't being rude on my phone.
I just inform it's fine. It's fine.
I actually wrote a post, which is basically what your email was the other day, and I've written "Fall in love with the process" in the funny font, which is "Fall in love with the process."
That font is just, it gets across exactly what you read it exactly how you want them to read it, don't you?
If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, when you do a capital followed by a lowercase, capital, lowercase, or whatever it is to make it, obviously you know what I'm saying. But I agree with you that telling people you need to fall in love with the process is the fucking most infuriating thing. It used to make me actually like hate people when they say it. It's just a stupid fucking thing to say. You can't tell Sandra. Like let's give me a typical client of yours, Jack. Let's create a fake person.
Let's talk about let's imagine my ideal client is someone very new to training, not 100% sure of what to do when it comes to exercise or really food and diet and movement or any of that kind of stuff, but wants to get fitter, wants to feel better, has tried a ton of diets before and failed at them, has done Weight Watchers, has done Slim and World, has done Juice Plus, has done all those kind of things, has lost weight before, sometimes have lost a massive amount of weight and gained it back, or has just felt like they've been dieting for the past like 10 years of their life and not really getting anywhere. That's who I work with.
So part of the process for her could be meal prepping. It might be, might not be, could be, depending if it fits with her lifestyle. She might have to prep some lunch to take it into work. So to say, do you have to fall in love with meal prepping, otherwise you will fail, is just pathetic. It's ridiculous. And almost creates the impression that in order for you to succeed, you have to do all of these things and you have to enjoy it. It creates the impression that something is wrong when you're not enjoying it, or that you're going to fail if you don't enjoy it and you don't get satisfaction from it. And it's just completely wrong. I think loads of people think that, I mean, you probably get it as well. People think that I'm motivated all the time. People think that I want to go and train all the time. People think that I want to smash my food every single day. Most of the time, I actually have to get myself up to do it.
Yeah.
And so it creates this impression, and I think why people is held back in something that we spoke about, or you will have read about, sorry, in Atomic Habits, because we both read in Atomic Habits, is the first thing to be able to change your behavior, you have to change your identity.
Yeah.
So if your opinion of fitness is that you have to enjoy it straight from the off, otherwise it's not for you, you're not that, you're not you that's not your identity yet.
Yeah.
Your identity is not someone who goes to the gym and enjoys it and enjoys nutrition and enjoys looking after their body, and that's not you yet. So if that's your impression of what it takes to be fit and be healthy and achieve your goals, you're still Sandra who's overweight and doesn't enjoy the gym. So if you are still identifying as that person, when you think that the identity that you need to achieve success is someone completely different, and that's never going to be you, you're never actually going to be able to carry things through and enjoy and actually get to the point where you enjoy it. And this is what my post is about, is you can't love it at the start. You can't. It'll be horrible. What do you think about that, Jack?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I was sat on the fence for a little bit there in my own head. I was like, do I agree? Don't I agree? Let's be awkward. I agree. But going back to my clients and stuff like that, with like, you're not going to enjoy like going to the gym. but just go anyway because it's going to get you to where you want to be. To a certain extent, I don't do that. For some of the people that I work with, obviously there are certain things where you're like, look, you've got to do it. You want to lose weight, you're gonna have to eat less food. You're gonna have to move more. Non-negotiable. Like this is science, so it works.
Yeah.
But I've got a client who genuinely just hates going to the gym, doesn't enjoy it, doesn't see the benefits of it, doesn't like enjoy the pain, doesn't enjoy the exercises, has never enjoyed it, has done it before, has done it loads of times, has had other personal trainers in the past. You being one of them. When we worked in that gym that we don't speak of.
Is this Mud Angel?
I don't know, but maybe.
That's an Instagram name, by the way. It's not a nickname we have for.
No, that's not her Instagram name anymore, I don't think, unless it's someone else. Anyway, doesn't enjoy going to the gym, but loves swimming. Loves swimming. She was like, oh, I went swimming this week. I know we didn't plan it, but I went, and I was like, did you enjoy it? She's like, oh, I love swimming. And it just come up in a conversation like that in one of the check-in calls. And I was like, okay, so what do you do when you go swimming? She was like, oh, I've done about 50 lengths. I was like, okay, do 52 next week. Do 54. Sprint the last 6. And we've done that. Took the gym completely out. Now she loves the process.
Yeah.
Because it's something she's chose. It's not something I've said. It's gym workout. You've got to do this.
Yeah.
You've got to lift these weights. You've got to go and move this. You've got to do leg extension. You've got to do squats. Like, you haven't, have you?
No.
I said to her, and I said on the call, she was like, but I need to still go to the gym, don't I? And like for your clients, yeah, they do. Like you're going to have to lift weights up and down. You're trying to accrue, big word, trying to build muscle, trying to get bigger, trying to get ripped, trying to look physically like you actually smash the gym.
Yeah.
And then all of the fucking internal stuff that you do as well, obviously. But on the outside, like the gym is a requirement. For my clients, she wants to feel fit and healthy. She's not a professional athlete. No. She's not looking to step on stage. She's not looking for a before and after picture. She's looking to wake up and feel fit and healthy.
Yeah, so she can go swimming.
So she goes swimming.
I think that definitely is important, actually choosing things that, like you said before. I mean, what I want to speak about is that you will learn to fall in love with the process, but you will never learn to fall in love with the process if it's something you hate and it's not aligned with your values. So in that situation, she hates going to the gym. It's not aligned with their values at all. She doesn't want it before and after, so she can never really fall in love with going to the gym. She just wants to feel good. And so swimming, something that she enjoys, she probably feels much less pressure in the gym. In swimming. To like, obviously gym anxiety, you don't know what you're doing. Like a lot of people just feel like dickheads walking into the gym. And so there's probably a whole load of things which make swimming a better option for her. And she can actually go into that, feel comfortable, enjoy it. It's something probably a little bit new. And she can actually learn to fall in love with that because she's linking that action of going swimming, something that she actually enjoys, to something that is meaningful to it in the end of feeling good, feeling happy, feeling actually healthy and improving their body shape at the same time.
That's really important, what you've just said there. So I want to jump in and take you back to it. That linking, that if you can link your actions to the outcome, that's when for me, and I'm sure it's the same for you with your clients, that's when you have the biggest breakthroughs.
Yeah.
When you finally help them connect the dots.
Yeah.
Something just clicks in one of the check-ins and something they've done that week. Something just clicks and they're like, oh my God, I need to do this. And then there's that of, okay, yeah, I see now I'm not just going for a walk because Jack's told me to go for a walk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I up my steps by 5,000 a day this week.
Yeah.
I've been able to eat more food and still lose weight.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Walking allows me to eat more food. Walking's going to help me lose weight. Boom. Dots connected.
Exactly.
Walk becomes a desire rather than a to-do.
Exactly. And what I was saying there is, before you said that, was literally pretty much exactly what I was going to say. If you actually want to learn to fall in love with the process. But let's stop using that phrase because it is annoying. If you want to enjoy your journey to your goals, which is
Yeah.
obviously a desirable thing, if you want to enjoy the journey towards your goals, you need to be able to link them. So like stepping on the stairmaster is not great. Doesn't feel good. You don't really enjoy it. But what happens is you feel great when you've done it, because we should we speak about dopamine? Let's speak about dopamine. Once you've made the link of stepping on the stairmaster every single day to you being shredded in a couple of weeks, or prepping your meals to you being shredded in a couple of weeks, or putting a real big shift in the gym to you having retained all of your muscle at the end of your dieting phase and looking fucking sick, you feel a drive to go and do those things, and it becomes addictive to go and do those things, and you feel energized, you feel inspired to go and do those things once you've made the link, because you get a dopamine release which drives you towards going to do those things. People think, by the way, I'm not sure if even you're aware of this, people think that dopamine is the thing which makes you feel good when you achieve something, but it's actually the opposite. It's it's a chemical which is released which makes you want to go and do something. So if you have a cookie in front of you, it's dopamine which makes you want that cookie. It's dopamine which makes you want to earn money. It's dopamine which drives all of your behaviors to become better, to become a better person, and is obviously just an essential part of evolution. We're designed to be wanting to strive forwards every single day. There's actually, I think I may have mentioned this to you as well, Jack, a couple of weeks ago. I heard Huberman Labs talking about this study where they basically destroyed the dopamine receptors in rats. And then
Yeah.
after like 3 or 4 days, they were all dead because they had no desire to eat anything and no desire to drink anything. And they just died of starvation and thirst.
The once you learn the reward of a behavior,
Mm-hmm.
I think he talks it through in Atomic Habits really well.
Yeah.
The when you do something new and it has a positive impact, you get a dopamine hit.
Mm-hmm.
You've done it. So you eat a cookie for the first time, and you're like, wow, taste explosion in my mouth. Cookies are fucking the best thing in the world. Big dopamine hit.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain then stores in its little memory card, cookies are sick. Every time you see a cookie,
Eat it.
remember how good cookies are.
Yeah.
The next time you see a cookie and your brain goes, there's one of them cookies. That's one of them cookie things. Remember how good that tasted? Boom, you get a big dopamine hit. Before you've even done anything, you've just seen a cookie.
And then you have to eat it.
And then you have to eat it because it's like, oh my God, I want to feel really good. But you actually feel really good already. You've had the dopamine hit pre-cookie.
Yeah. And it's the same with the Stairmaster.
Yeah.
And all of the things that get you shredded is like when you, and this is what I was saying, going through the cut and seeing gratification every single day has made me really fall in love with the things that are doing that for me. So I'm stepping on the Stairmaster and I'm waking up the next day and I'm leaner. So my brain is linking, right, well, when you step on the Stairmaster, you wake up the next day and you're leaner. You prep your meals, therefore you execute your food perfectly, and that's a rewarding feeling. I know I've stepped closer towards my goals. I wake up the next day and I'm leaner. And so all of these things my brain is learning, these are rewards. Every single time you do this action, you get a reward. And that therefore makes it habitual, and it gives you the desire to go up and do that every single day. And then at that point, when you're actually seeing the results and you feel the desire to go and do the things, that's what I would call falling in love with the process. When you actually have a desire to go and do the things which you know are going to pay off later in life, or later in time to bring you towards your goals.
I agree. Just take that phrase.
Yeah. Just trust the process, lad.
Just fall in love with the process. Just fall in love with eating chicken and rice every day of your life.
Yeah, you can't just say it. You've got to earn that. You've got to earn it. You've got to do it. I think at first you've got to sort of force yourself to do it, and then it just happens because you're seeing the results occur, you're seeing the things actually start to work, and then you feel the pull to actually go and do them. I seen a reel that was on like one of them, it was like business mindset pages ages ago, and it was basically Joe Rogan just basically saying, as a fucking human, you are designed to want to be better every single day. We are designed, we are literally designed to want more. So even if have you read Happy Sexy Millionaire, Jack?
No,
Well,
no.
basically, what one of the chapters he's talking about, like
I've got so many I need to get through.
one of the chapters he's talking about money and how you can earn an X amount of money, and people generally, I think there was some psychologist did a test on people from all different income levels, and in every single income level, people would say, "Oh, I'll be happy when I earn about 2 to 3 times more than I'm currently earning." So no matter what level you're always at, it's within your it's within your biology down to evolution that you want more no matter what. So wherever you are right now, you're always going to want more. And so and the opposite, if you're stagnant and you're not moving forwards, you feel like shit.
Yeah.
And everyone always knows that. And I think people can probably relate to that from lockdown. People probably can really understand what that was like, not being able to really go to the gym, not really being able to work properly, not really being able to do anything productive. Almost like you were locked down. Almost like you were trapped and you weren't able to fulfill your goal as a human being is to move forward. You weren't able to fulfill that, and obviously a lot of people's heads got kettled by that, because we're not designed to be able to we're not designed for that. We're designed to be rewarded and feel good mentally when we step forwards every single day. And so I think that when we get into that nice routine and we have those dopamine hits and they're driving us towards becoming better, that's when we thrive. That's when we feel fucking amazing.
That for me is probably one of the most frustrating things about wanting to help people, is the one, we can't actually help. We can, but we can't. I can't help you until you are ready to help yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I see and I speak to people all the time who I know I can help. I know can help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I see a hurting. You see stuff they put on their stories, you see stuff that they post, you see stuff that they say to you in messages, and it's like, you're going through, you're suffering right now, but you're not doing anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, like, the simplest of little things, like the last video I posted yesterday is like, how bad does it have to get for you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you accepting this level of misery in your life?
Yeah.
Like, yes, that, like, Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life, talks about, like, the world is evil.
Mm-hmm.
The world is not your friend. The world isn't there to give you an easy ride. So what are you going to do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to come out the other side and live every day happy. So what are you actually going to do about it?
Mm-hmm.
And how long are you going to wait to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I waited too long. 99% of the clients I work with waited too long.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like screaming every single day to every single person I speak to who's hurting to just go and do something. Go and do something now.
Do you remember when I was training in your garage in lockdown, and I said to you, this is the thing that I need to crack it for coaching. Like I understand everything that's going on in, well, not everything, obviously I'm not a fucking psychologist, but I understand everything that's going on with the physiological side of things. I can get anyone shredded no matter what. But the only thing which holds that back is whether someone's mind is right. And sometimes people will be flying, sometimes it's just a dead simple thing, like just get someone to believe in themselves, get someone to implement habits properly or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just they just can't. I don't even know how to describe it. They just can't bring themselves to be to reach their potential. It's almost just like they're just fucking messing about.
Yeah.
And not applying themselves, even though they want to. It's like they're scared. It's like, you can probably say it better than me because I'm 2 days out. I can't find the word.
Yeah, I think I spoke about this before about being. So when I worked with Rob Dial, the mindset mentor, and he taught me, he was like, people are comfortably uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you're going through life and you hate your job, you hate the way you look, you hate that you're unfit, and you hate your relationship, and you're really unhappy every day. But it's been that way for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's not got any worse, but it's not got any better.
Mm-hmm.
So your brain and your body's just adapted to that. You don't feel good. You're nowhere near your true potential, but you can cope with it because that your body's fantastic at doing that, and it will just cope with you feeling like crap for as long as for forever, essentially until you die. If you choose to do nothing about it. So people become comfortably uncomfortable. And I actually had a conversation with someone the other day on Instagram about this, when they were saying about their goals, that it's scary that where they were and where they are now, how far they've dropped, and they're actually sort of intimidated about how much work they would have to put in to get back to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost easier to just stay uncomfortable and unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've got to ask yourself, and this is what Rob said to me, he's got to ask yourself, like, is that what you deserve? Or your worth? Is this what your life's worth? Like, is this how you deserve to feel? Are you not worth more? Do your family and friends not deserve more of you than this? Do you not want more from life? And until you either read something or speak to someone that evokes enough emotion to highlight how far away from what you deserve you are, or you can have that conversation of like, this is enough. This is, I'm sick of this. I'm worth more. It's only then that people step over the line, isn't it? And I think that's what I enjoy most about what we do, but also what is probably the most challenging is that when you write something, when you create a video, when you talk to someone, you're searching for that one word, that one emotion, that one feeling in them to get them to realize I'm worth more than this.
Yeah. But that's what I was talking about. It is the most challenging thing about coaching people. It's like sometimes you just want to put your brain in their brain because they want more, and it's not that they don't want it.
Yeah. Oh,
They all want it. And there's probably people listening to this podcast now that can relate. You want to be better. You want to achieve more, but you just can't get yourself in fucking gear. You don't have the power to grab yourself by the scruff of the neck and just do it. You can't seem to pull yourself towards doing it because it seems like a lot. And I remember I was saying this to you in the garage. I was like, I need to find out what it is. I just can't understand. And I've since then I've been probably on the search, and I feel like I'm coming close to what it is. I mean, obviously there's everyone's nuanced, but I think it's down to mindset, which obviously, but the fixed versus growth mindset. So I'm reading a book currently, and it's highlighting some points which are obvious when you say them, but like when you actually think about them and apply them, it's mind blowing. And I think being able to, you'll probably be able to see this in a lot of your clients. They probably who are like this. They probably have what's known as a fixed mindset, where they are almost scared. And I actually did the IGTV audit the other day. Almost scared to apply effort in case they fail.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a situation now where you're comfortably uncomfortable. It's not that bad. But if you actively go out of your way to put effort in and you still don't get there, that's confirmation that you will never ever achieve anything more than this. So it's easier to probably be like, no, maybe I won't apply this effort, because then it doesn't. If you were to go and apply effort and then fail, that what does that say about you? You are a failure. You put in 100% effort and you still failed.
It's
Therefore, you're
completely
shit.
self-doubt.
And so the fixed mindset type of person views everything as an evaluation. I mean, we all do as human nature. We're constantly evaluating ourselves, but the fixed mindset person thinks that your traits are fixed, your ability dictates your outcome. Therefore, if I attempt this and I fail, that means that I am shit at everything. I therefore have no ability, and therefore I'm stuck. I'm never going to be able to grow. I'm never going to be able to achieve that. So I'm not going to even try, because it's not even within my capability. It wouldn't make sense. I actually did the email about this months ago. If you were to try and change the weather, you'd be a fucking idiot, because you've got no power over it. These fixed mindset people in their head think that, oh, I'm not a gym person. That's not part of me. That's a fixed part of me that can't be changed. I'm not a gym person. So therefore, why would I even try and go to the gym? Why would I try and change my life? Because it's not within my power to do so. And so they'll never, although they want to be in better shape, they want to feel healthier, they don't think that they're capable of doing it. And so they won't go out of their way. Maybe they'll be forced or swayed by friends, family, and society to go and attempt it. Maybe they get a gym membership, but they don't actually go, because they haven't changed their identity. And going back to Atomic Habits, they haven't changed their identity around who they are. So they're still in that fixed mindset of, I'm not a gym person. Whereas if they could shift that mentality to a growth mindset and understand, right, well, I don't go to the gym right now, but I'm actually going to begin changing my identity. I'm going to say to myself, I'm going to change how I speak about myself. I am someone who cares about my body. I'm someone who goes to the gym. And they begin to prove to themselves that their identity has changed, and they begin to look at themselves as not a fixed, look at that as not that their personality and that their traits and their qualities are not fixed. You can grow into that. You can grow into a gym person. You can grow to love the process. You can grow to actually to change, and it's not, you're not fixed at all. Does that make sense?
100%. Again, something Rob dug into massively with me. We talked about fixed mindset versus growth mindset, and like limiting beliefs. And on the opposite side of the fear of, sorry, getting a phone call there. On the opposite side of the fear of failure, you have the fear of success. For some of the very similar people who've got a fixed mindset that don't even realize it, they've never had that end goal. They don't know what it feels like to be able to run 5K without getting out of breath. They don't know what it feels like to walk into a room and feel like the most confident person there. They don't know what it feels like to not feel like crap every day and not feel like they've got no energy. And that not knowing can be so crippling for some people that it's enough to stop them even trying. I know what this feels like. I'm uncomfortable, but I know what it feels like.
Yeah.
No, I know what to eat. I can just eat. I don't need to go to the gym now because I don't know what I'm doing, so it's easier to just not go. And that not a fear of, what if I actually am successful? Like, what would I do? What, like, how am I going to feel? I don't know. Can just stop people in their tracks. It ties me nicely. And shameless sales plug. You know, we like to try and sell you something every episode. Today's episode, I'm going to try and sell you something. I'm not going to try and sell you something because it's completely free. So what I'm trying to give you is a ton of value in a free piece of content. How fucking sound am I? I've created, I was saying to you before the call, Isaac, the level 10 commandments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever. I was more made up with the name than what's in it, really. I mean, what's in it is fantastic, but the name was like, yes, the level 10 commandments to stop starting and stopping diets all the time and creating a healthy lifestyle. 10 actionable steps that you can go and do to start creating that change, to create a lasting lifestyle. And the reason I mention it today is because some of the points in there relate massively to everything we spoke about today. So one of them is removing negative self-talk. And I've never seen it anywhere else. So I'm throwing it out there now on episode 23 that I created this. The 3 R's to removing negative self-talk.
What are they like?
The first R, realize.
You did this on your live the other day, didn't you? Yeah.
Realize that you've said something negative about yourself. Rephrase whatever it is that you said in a positive light, and then repeat the new phrase, reworded. So let's say you get a fucking takeaway on Friday night. You're like, oh my God, I'm such a fat cunt.
Mm-hmm.
First off, realize I shouldn't have said that. Rephrase it. I'm going to use this food to fuel a workout tomorrow. Or I could have made the best decision with this and I will do next time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, rephrased it. Right, now re-say it. Now repeat it. Say it out loud. Make it a conscious thought. Say it to your missus, say it to your fella, say it to the kids in a positive way.
Yeah.
If you've got kids, if you've got family around you and you start saying that positive stuff, what are they going to learn?
Yeah. And that's quality, and that is perfect, because what we just said there about fixed mindset and how that's holding you back, your fixed mindset is only there because you hold a certain belief about yourself, you hold a certain identity. So if you're getting a takeaway and you go, oh, I'm a fat cunt, you think you're a fat cunt.
Yeah.
And so all of these stories alongside that around your identity are perpetuated every single time you call yourself a fat cunt. You're lazy, you don't go to the gym, you don't care about your body, you don't drink water, you don't do this, you don't do that. And so you're constantly perpetuating stereotypes about yourself that make you act in a certain way. You have to be able to step out of that identity, step out of that fixed mindset, and understand that you can change and you can grow. And that probably first comes from how you speak to yourself, how you think about yourself. You have to actively go and change that identity. I told one of my clients today to call themselves a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You're not just someone who goes to the gym now. Like, you are a bodybuilder. Speak about yourself like that.
Yeah.
And you will act like a bodybuilder and you will achieve an unbelievable physique.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's not obviously something that would be applied to everyone. But if you want to achieve something unbelievable, you have to start acting like the person that you want to be. You have to therefore think that you are that person. You have to be able to tap into that person's mentality, tap into that person's identity, and start acting like that person. So thinking about how you actually speak to yourself is fucking key.
We, in Level 10 Life, on the Level 10 Life program, one of the education topics is on this, on self-belief. And I talk about Muhammad Ali, because it's probably the greatest example that there is of removing negative self-talk and positive affirmations. And everyone knows the phrase. Like, it doesn't matter if you're into boxing or not. You know Muhammad Ali's "I'm the greatest."
Just keep talking, lad. Laptop's on 5%. I'm just going to shout.
Said that in every interview. He said that every time he was on the TV. And if I could tattoo what I say next onto everyone's forehead, I would. He said that every day because he believed it. He probably said it before he even believed it, but he just kept saying it. He kept saying it over and over and over again, and then arguably became the greatest boxer to have ever lived.
Drake said that as well in one of his songs. He says, "I'm the greatest, man. I said that before I knew I was," and then became the most decorated artist of all time.
You're, again, got this from Rob, and it's powerful, and I put this into this when we come to this education topic. Your thoughts create your words create your actions, and your actions create your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with that. And if you think that you are a fat cunt, or you think that you're a bodybuilder, then you are.
Mm-hmm.
And until you change that thought, and until you don't have to believe it. You don't. I say this all the time. Like, say it. Doesn't matter if you believe it or not right now.
I disagree with you. I think you do have to believe it.
I don't think you do it first. Your clients who you've just told is a bodybuilder doesn't believe it yet. They'll tell you that they do, but they don't. And that's fine. Muhammad Ali, when he first said he was the greatest, he didn't believe it. But he started doing things that align with him being the greatest, because he's like, I am the greatest, I am the greatest. Right, okay, well, what does someone that is the greatest do? They get up earlier, they go and do the extra mile, they go and do an extra session, they go and eat the right food, and you start aligning what you do with that.
Yeah.
And the belief comes from seeing it.
Yeah.
Currently, your belief is built on the evidence that you've got of being, if you think you're a fat cunt, you keep ordering takeaways, you don't go to the gym, you don't fit in your clothes properly.
Yeah.
So all of the evidence supports that you're a fat cunt.
Yeah.
You start saying, I am healthy. Right, okay, well, I am healthy. Right, I'll eat a salad. I am healthy. I had some fruit today. I am healthy. I went for a run. Shit, I've lost some weight. I don't feel as out of breath. Oh, I am actually healthy. And you start getting the evidence to support it. Slightly different with your client, because obviously he is actually bodybuilding, so he's already got the evidence there to back it up. Do you know what I mean?
I agree what you're saying, but I'm saying I don't think you. I think you have to believe the phrase that you say or the way you identify. You can't just say it and then start. I think you have to, instead of saying I am the greatest. Muhammad Ali knew he wasn't the greatest boxer when he was 11 or whatever it was. He probably in his head was like, I will be the greatest, no doubt.
Yeah.
And then he believed that, and then he did it, and then he saw it happen, and then it snowballed.
Yeah.
So if you're in this fucking situation where you can't seem to get yourself in gear, you need to first assess, do you have a fixed mindset? Does that sound like you, someone who is scared to apply effort in case you fail, someone who thinks that your traits are fixed, that you're never actually going to be able to achieve something? Maybe you look at someone with a great physique and you think, oh, he's got good genetics, or it's just that easy for him. No, he was just like you. He was exactly in the same position as what you are. He just worked harder and more consistently. And if you want that, if you want something better for your life, you have to put the effort in. You have to grow. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and start by changing your identity. Start by telling yourself that you're worth more than you are capable of achieving more. Have you got anything to add, Jack? I'm on 4%, and the charger is not in this house.
No, that is a fantastic end to today's episode. Perfectly timed. Let's wrap it up. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. As always, if you want more help, want more advice, or you've got questions about anything that we spoke about in these episodes, head over to Isaac on Instagram, which is coach.kamara.
It is, yeah.
And head over to me on Instagram, which is jack.level10life. And just ask us some questions, reach out to us, click the links in our bios, go and see all the free stuff we've got. And there's loads of resources and free content for you to use on there, as well as this podcast.
Of course. If you need anything, just literally drop us a DM. I think people feel intimidated.
Yeah.
We reply to all of our DMs. We help people every single day in the DMs. If you have anything, just drop us a message and we'll change your life, lad.
Yeah, you will. We will.
Thanks for listening.